Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number questioned our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the Broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order, but such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Shrine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Annex Shrine? You would speak with Vidofnir, then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor? Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Test? Oh my god. I can't believe it. That's so embarrassing. Thanks. Thanks for letting me know. Oh man, that's upsetting. I'm glad someone was here to catch it within like 10 minutes instead of me talking to no one for like an hour. That would have been hilarious. I appreciate that a lot. I wonder why that happened. It's not reset itself like that. And I want to say like a year now. It's okay. We were very early on, and I didn't say anything important because it was mostly characters talking at each other. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it was when I messed around with my settings for Lethal Company last night. That's fine. Hey, Navi. Did I say anything important? No. No, probably not. Good morning. I confess, I myself once shuddered at the thought of it, yet even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? But ere we set forth, we go, and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Very well. I shall see to my preparations. Let us go and bid farewell to Tataru. That's bizarre. How's it going, Jonah? What was your secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. A diplomatic mission to Ank's Shrine, you say? Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But you should consider meeting with Vidofnir. Should your meeting with Vidofnir happen in early, you might consider rendezvousing with Yshtilla in Edelshire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but the scholar just happens to be, you know. Time permitting, as I said, we shall endeavor to join Yshtilla, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let us be off, Ruko. We may have kept the first commander waiting long enough. Azukashi. Where's Lucia? Like 10 feet in that direction. Let me go back. Thermalbert. His name's Firmalbert. You're ready then? Good. So am I. And because I'm ready, I get... Ooh, do I want hot chocolate or creme brulee? Or an urchin loaf? I think hot chocolate. I'm gonna have that right now, actually. Yeah. Gotta have some up here. Breaking the cycle. The path is long but known to us. From Falcon's Nest we shall cross the Western Highlands and make way for Tailfeather and the Dravinian Forelands. There we can stop to rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, the stables await. Alright, you journey there, you trek there. I have mapped all these regions already and can fly there, so I will teleport and then not walk. How about that? You can walk Alpha now. I can do other things. For example, a turtle. For like 15 feet. I always imagined the first time I set foot upon Dravidian soil would be at the head of an army. And here I am, ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Full well do I know how difficult it is to set aside the past. Though it was I who first proposed recruiting Assail to our cause, I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them, and for a long time after that. Here was a woman with the blood of innocence on her hands, men, women, children, all slain in the name of the implacable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged our misdeeds, and agreed to join us in our common cause. At our side she fought in service to the greater good, even unto her dying breath. And while that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. You ask much, Master Elfino. Yet who can say what might come to pass should our negotiations bear fruit? Yes, of course, we must press on to Ank's shrine, if you follow me. Oops. Oh good, right next to the other crystal. Can you teleport on all mounts like that? I don't know if I ever really took notice of that before. Hello, Vidolfner. How did you get in here? The doors are quite small. Thou art ever welcome here, friend of Ysail. But this one I do not know. He can't close his mouth all the way. Pray forgive us this unannounced visit, Vidolfner. May I present to you Lucia, first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard and our trusted friend. It is an honor to meet you, Vidolfner. I come here as an envoy of Ser Emeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights and acting leader of the Holy See. Indeed, you may speak, knight. For 1,000 years, man and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed your kin to be architects of the war. But now we know the truth, that King Thordan and his knights, 12, did willfully betray and murder the great worm Ratotusker, shattering the peace between our people. Well, for 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal this truth. A truth which at last laid bare by the Warrior of Light, the Azir Dragon, and Ysail. Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that place could be within our grasp? One second, my cat wants out of the room. Navi. Navi. Oh, okay. Yet dream we must, as Ysael once did, and we must make that dream a reality, as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidofnir, join hands with us in friendship once more, before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, knight. However, I cannot give you mine answer. Yet, may I ask why? This matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Gotta talk to my boss. Moreover, the Noth grow bold. Even as they did before, I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. And we will wait. After 1,000 years at war, we shall not give up on peace for want of patience. Ah, fear not, knight. Thou shalt have mine answer within my lifetime, within thy lifetime. So soon, my humble thanks. I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith, until we meet again. Alpha now, Alpha now! Given the circumstances, I would say that went rather well. To be frank, I am surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhaps I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons, but you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fears for me now. Well, if you have no further need of our services, we shall continue on to Charlayan. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing comrades. Then I pray your journey is as swift and uneventful as ours was, and thank you again for sparing the time to assist us even when such grave matters remain unresolved. I can think of no graver matter than a 1,000-year war, one which our friends gave their lives to see ended. Suffice it to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Of that you've no doubt, Master Alphino. I only hope the fates will not hold you to your word. Bye-bye. See you later. Another time, another place. So, it would seem we have time to greet the scholar after all. How delightful. I shall be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Minfilia and Thancred. I can only assume she is privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous with Y'shtola in Adelshire. And I will rendezvous with Y'shtola in Adelshire. Just like the objective says to. I love what they've done with the place. The gobbies, that is. Good gobbies. Ah, Ryugo. It's good to see you. I confess I had assumed your business in Ank's Shrine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vidofnir go well? Well, it can be expected. She must discuss Sarah Merrick's proposal with Grace Velgard, of course, but she seems amenable to the suggestion. What of our Charlayan guest? Has she arrived? She has, but when I explained that you would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside on Front Bridge. We should be on our way. Ah yes, Front Bridge. The bridge in front. So aptly named by our forefathers. Visionaries of clarity. Ryoma, are you also waiting here? Nice carbuncle. Adorable.
terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
You need
Huge
not
brain.
apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kral, who has
Kral.
recently come from the Sharlayan motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
The Backstreet Boys are not allowed on the front bridge.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue.
When do I go to Charlayan?
You must
They
be
keep
the
talking about
warrior
it.
of light. Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, sir.
Trial.
And who is that
I like her.
but young Alpha No Levier himself? I dare say someone's grown in
Alpha
Elmwood
No
to the
Levier.
matches. Or are those lifts in your boots?
All those lifts in your boots. Holy shit.
We,
What a teardown.
Miss Kryl and I met at the studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies.
The Wonder Twins. I want to see, like, a Lalafell with just enormous platform shoes that, like, put them on the same height as everyone else.
Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Your teeth are quite detailed. You look very hungry.
Thank you, Kryl.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
No one's ever held this much power over him before.
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
Like, they're virtually indistinguishable from, like, stilts in practice, but they look like shoes.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking.
I hope one day to live in a world where esteemed professionals and experts are allowed to wear hoodies with cat ears in public and no one questions it. The roast of Alphino. This is good. This is good stuff.
Right, on to more pressing matters.
Consummate
Finding
professional.
Nymphaea and the other missing scions.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea.
We just have to follow the trail of Reese's Pieces they left behind.
Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Reese's Pieces, he loves them. It probably comes with having other professionals with literal cat ears. Yeah. I mean, that probably helps, but we should still, we should still live in a society in which you can do that despite cat ears not actually existing on people, in my opinion.
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
If only I had Master Matoya's crystal eye.
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in...
Honestly, I feel like being in a world where other real people have cat ears makes it less likely to happen. Because I feel like that would almost come off as, like, insulting in a way, right? At least it would be abstracted that way with some people. It definitely would be some sort of debate. A good one, no, but some sort of debate. Start going into the engineering office with a Neko Neko hairband. Yeah. Let's just have Halloween every day. Let's just never stop Halloween. You might be pushing it with the tail, though. Like, I'd be supportive, but, you know, there would be looks, and you just have to accept that. Some people want the looks, some people fear the looks. I fear them. Every time I dismount the turtle, it should, have a, like, 3-minute scene where my character, like, almost heaves on the ground, but doesn't. Trial. You did say we were headed for a cave, did you not? Because I certainly don't see a cave nearby. Is Master Matoya meeting us on the way or something? I have heard many stories of Master Matoya, some quite flattering, others less so. Rest assured they are all true. All of them. They're all true. Everything you've heard is true. I don't know what you've heard, but they're all true. This way, and have care where you tread. We're back here again. With this music.
Oh. Is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Forgive
Thank
us,
you.
Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
I love this
Allow
wicked
me to
witch.
Introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Kryl, of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
Baldessian, you say?
Baldessian!
The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
The old coot.
Regrettably, our order's headquarters and the isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power.
Off screen.
I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Kryl, you too possess the echo.
The echo.
Well, yes, of course I do.
Obviously.
Our order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Heidelin and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. It was in the course of these studies that I met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
Our love for grilling Alphino.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
The students of Baldessian are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the signs of the seventh dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
I just want your crystal eye. Jonah, if you're there, I have a question.
This crystal and its familiar radiance. But never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
On the cusp of an umbral calamity, souls blessed with the power of the echo invariably appear. To aid these use her chosen warriors, Heidelin bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light.
Over the weekend, I was just trying to recall the, like, entirety of the plot of Heavensward, just so I had it straight in my head. And there's one point I'm getting, like, stuck on and don't, like, quite remember. Why did the Pope, why did the Archbishop or whatever and the Knights have to go to Osla? I don't remember why they were going there. Because I understand that they wanted the power of the eyes, and I understand that the Asians were, like, whispering things to them, but I don't remember what they were planning to get there. Were they just trying to get more Asian technology to have more power? Like, they didn't need that location to turn into, like, King Thornton in the Knights Round, right? That just, like, that's where they unleash their power to fend you off? I just don't remember why the location was important to them. Unless it wasn't, and, like, the Asians were just, like, leading them there to, like, cause issues.
But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
No two manifestations of the Echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul. Their intent, their very essence even, the traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola.
Yeah, no problem. Normally when I beat something and I forget a plot beat like this, I'd look it up myself. But considering this is, like, part of an episodic thing, I'm worried that, like, looking it up would spoil me on future events.
Far-fetched though it may sound,
So I kind of just wait to ask someone.
with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
Let me use your crystal.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Thank you, Master Matoya. Then let us begin.
I'm echoing the crystal right now. The Microsoft Teams ringtone starts playing.
From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Som Al. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock. I think.
That would have been bad. I forget the word when someone teleports into matter.
I say we begin our search there.
Back to the tail feather. Farewell, Matoya. I don't know why I did that. I forget way too often that once you initiate teleport, you have to stand completely still. Where I find myself in an unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Ordinarily, perhaps, but in his wounded state, he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown allegiance. Yet even had Thancred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across his trail. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we'll need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Fear not, Kryl. I've already prepared several sketches of Thancred for the very purpose. More material to roast, Alphino. This is impressive. You drew from him from memory. A skill I acquired some years ago for reasons I no longer remember. He can just draw. I propose we split into 2 pairs. Y'shtola and I will inquire at the outlying encampments while Rugo and Kryl question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards we shall regroup near Las Afvas and share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about it. Let us be about it. It's like a very 70s phrase. He certainly has matured, hasn't he? Hard to imagine he was once a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. Anyway, we best get started. Find me when you finish making your rounds. The complete and utter destruction of Alphino. Leopard. Searching for friends of yours. Have a look then. Let's have a look. It looks like this. Ain't seen him around, sorry. Nerd! Alphino likes to think that everyone sees him as cool and mysterious. They don't see him that way. They see him as a small goofball. Huron man? We're not exactly rare, you know. Could you be more specific? Wait, is Thancred a here? Oh, never mind. I was mixing up here with the, like, lion people. Here is this human. I did spy this one bloke a while back, didn't get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. The lad was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? That and he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. I like there's just like the baby chocobos running about. Can I like step on you? No. What's that you've got there? A sketch? Have you seen this boy? We put Thancred on like milk cartons. Can't say I know the face. You say something of a warrior? I heard a tale the other day about a Huron vagabond who brought down a Bandersnatch by himself. And with style. Way they tell it, he was dancing with the beast like it was the bell of the bleeding ball. I need to look up Bandersnatch real quick, hold on. Define Bandersnatch. It's a creature. It's from Through the Looking Glass. You know, I read that book and I don't remember the Bandersnatch. I thought it was like the name of a Netflix special or something. Or Black Mirror or something. Ugh. The way I heard a tale of another the other day about him. Yeah, Bandersnatch and whatnot. Kryl. Finished. In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what the others have found out. Heading the wrong way. That's my specialty. Let's ride the new dragon, friend. Feels like thematically appropriate. My apologies for our late arrival. We thought it wise to question as many hunters as we could. Many have made camp in inaccessible locations ideal for hunting game and not so for receiving visitors. Nevertheless, our time proved well spent. There have been countless sightings of an exceptionally capable Huron hunter with whom no one is familiar. Though none chanced to see the man's face, as height and build match Thancred's description, as does his fighting prowess. So you've heard the same tales, be that as it may. We yet want for conclusive proof. Mayhaps this is unrelated, but I've heard a cautious tale regarding a Vaff trader. He came to Tailfeather in search of garments fit for a man of refinement, which seemed a rather curious description for one of his kind. You're implying that a Thancred sent a Vaff to market in his stead? Why would he not go himself? Vaff are like the crab people, right? If you remember, you yourself emerged from the livestream as naked as your name's day. It is a scene I shall never forget. Alpha, no, don't say that. Is it now? They're very suddenly turning him into the, like, comedic relief. Like, this is a very swift turn into Alpha, no is the joke now. It was 'cause of the reactor. So not like, we don't know specifically why they needed the reactor or what they were gonna do with it, but we just know they wanted the reactor for power, for immense power or something. Control a vast army. They wanted as much etherical power as possible to maintain the primal. Oh, okay. Okay. So the AC implant, the aetherochemical reactor, the singularity reactor, whatever, it was basically a power plant for aetherical power that would allow them to continue to maintain the form of Thordan and the Knights of the Round, basically indefinitely without losing control. It like allowed them to take on the form of the primals without being controlled by them. Okay, that checks out, thank you. Although that does make me wonder if they like if they had like gotten their way and transformed and ruled, if they would have to like stay up there, or if they just had to like go and recharge every now and then. That was the Pope's plan anyway. But he probably got that, like, suggestion from Asian's whispering in his ear, and they probably wanted, to, one, cause chaos, and two, use the singularity reactor for their own purposes. I don't know. They just wanted it raised and entered and made accessible, and the Pope was probably just a pawn, but we don't know exactly why yet. Okay, thank you, I appreciate it. It stands to reason that Thancred found himself in the same predicament. In any case, if he had dealings with the Vaff, they should be able to tell us, no? Quite right, Kryl, quite right. Can I get her outfit for my character? I think I like to bounce my character back and forth between wearing like bright colorful outfits and like grimdark edgy outfits. I think that's like what I like here. It's two wolves inside of me. A little slow, a little late. We must go and see the Vaff right away. Come along, everyone, come along. I feel like I saw the bug guy in the quest description. The bug primal. Good thing we were like literally right outside the Vath village. Good foresight. We can assume some duplicity on the part of the Asians, but it's not clear exactly how they would cause a calamity from it, but with an all-out war, the dragons would probably help. Yeah. I imagine a lot of other things are gonna make more sense once I know what the Asians' actual plan is. Which, from what I understand, comes together in Shadowbringers, from what I've been told. But, you know, I'm not looking for spoilers. Great Hunters, we welcome you once more to Lost Vav. What do you seek this day? We seek a man with whom we are told you may have had certain dealings. I love these guys. I love this beast tribe. I love they have like no... Their face is like not at all comparable to like humanoid face. Like there's no eyes or anything. And their mouth like is totally different with like mandibles and whatnot. But he's just got like an old man mustache. Or are those eyebrows? Oh, I don't know. That mustache or eyebrow? But he's got no eyes, question mark? He is not prey, but a friend long missing. Good, he is a friend of the Vath as well. One with whom we have traded many times. Truly, are you quite certain it was this man? There is no doubt. The fleshling clothed in skin came to us from Sam all lost and weak. He offered meat and hides in trade, and in exchange we tended his wounds. He brought us much flesh, so skilled a hunter he was, much flesh. When he asked for garments, we were glad to provide them. And where is he now? Gone to Lost Gnaf not long ago when he heard the one-minded summoned our god once more. They certainly have a face of all time. The most face of all time. Ravana is returned. Yeah, Warrior of Light, we're gonna need you to put down a primal again. Yeah, we know you did it already, but we're gonna need you to go back and do that. Can you do it on Sunday? That'd be great. What could Thancred hope to accomplish by himself? Honored Elder, we thank you for your help. Would that we could repay this kindness ere we depart, we must hasten to our comrade's side. So, go, Great Hunters, lest the Knopf claim him as a sacrifice. This is not a complaint. This is merely an observation. It has, like... When a primal threat arises, the air has kind of been taken out of the tires of that threat now. It doesn't feel like a big deal. Because, like, one, it happens literally all the time. They're not that hard to put down again. And, like some of them have shown to be, like... Some of them have shown to be, like, reasonable. And it's like, actually shocking, given all this, that, the primal threat was so terrifying to them at the beginning of A Realm Reborn. It's like they had never seen Ifrit before. But, like, Ifrit had probably been summoned, like, every other week for various reasons and then smothered constantly. Like, I know he hadn't, but, like, the rate is insane compared to whatever it was before. Hostile presence. They're level 66. Oh no. They're dead. Oh no, the bomb.
Who else could be?
The World of Light has shown up at just the right time.
We must hurry.
It is, convenient, but also... It's been a few years after 1.0 in Bahamut. I do think some, amount of, like, pacing is lost for me. I think there's supposed to be the implication that, like, a lot more time is passing between all these quests. Given that, like, there were months between all these, like, little expansions, or little patches between the expansions. I think that's supposed to be real time. But I'm just, like, blasting through it. The Asians sort of ran out of gas after that one. Yeah, Bahamut. That's like the most guy of all time. This is like, we just found like the generic party on the box art or something. Who are these people? Just like classic adventuring party. Okay. The box art? They look like the placeholder characters on the cover art that like represent like I don't know, the characters you're going to play as.
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Asians forever.
It's like Hero number 5. Lalafell number 3.
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Asian. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not.
Wait, is he actually like the box art guy? Wait, hold on. Is that real? Maybe actually, what? Huh? That looks like...
So you are the warrior of light. The savior of Eorzea.
What is happening here? Why is he talking like that, though? So the 1.0 box art looks like this guy. Except this guy has like a little more stubble on his face. The Endwalker box art looks like the same guy, except like he's seen some shit. I don't see the other box art. Stormblood box art is like Evil Emperor number 2. A Realm Reborn box art is like Evil Emperor number 1. Okay, I'll just let it happen. Whatever's happening is happening. Just play the game, Nick. Just play the game.
You didn't come sooner, but with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
Excuse me?
Have care. The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
I am the main character.
Shall we show them?
What is happening? Did you watch the Heavensward release trailer? Thancred? No, actually. I didn't even think about that. Should I be watching the trailers for the expansions as I play the game? The great tone setters. Okay, I'll start doing that. Thancred looks cooler now.
Not very sporting of you to interrupt, but so be it.
You can play them from the main menu? Oh, that's convenient. You know what? After I take a BRB,
Mark well our faces,
which
warrior of
I'm not
light,
doing now.
For we are the warriors of
Huh?
darkness, walkers of a different path, and we
What?
shall meet again.
Warriors of Darkness? Oh no. But next time I do, I will check them out. Up to a point. Warriors of Darkness? The Dark Avatar.
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
I feel like they name dropped these guys during the end of Heavensward at some point, and I didn't really think about it too much. What are the implications of that? Did you lose an eye?
Thancred, are you all right?
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
You know, I saw the option on the main menu for, like, movies, and I just never clicked on it for some reason. I thought it was just gonna be, like, the list of in-game cutscenes you'd already seen or something.
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
My appetite for the dramatic. Have you forgotten the circumstances of our parting? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then...
Yeah, Thancred, you're not gonna believe how easily all that resolved after you left.
Had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
Thancred.
Every character's redesign is a lot better than their base game design. Oh my god.
From the live stream in the Altogether.
The Altogether. Nut.
Eventually, I managed to fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides. Given that I'm not all that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
Oh my god.
So you were the
Nutkin.
fish clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke.
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement.
How refined of you, yeah.
From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
I don't know if this is, like, out of pocket or whatever. He does look like a fantasy character, but he also looks like he's about to go to the disco. Like, something about the collar and, like, his enormous, like his boot hems here almost look like bell bottoms. He 100% belongs at a gate disco.
Were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact with the Scions once more.
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed Warriors of Darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the Warrior of Light, I suppose.
Okay, Warrior of Darkness works if they lean into the comedy aspect of it.
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection. Protection not unlike the Echo.
The Echo. Complete, a little slow, a little late. Blessed with the power of the Echo, and driven to put down Primals despite his declaration that they walk a different path, I struggle to see how their goals conflict with ours. Nor is that the only oddity. I find it passing strange that such exceptional individuals should have wholly escaped our notice until now. Surely we would have heard rumors and attempted to recruit them to our cause. I recall no such adventures, and I would not soon forget their like. Nor would any of us, I think. One of our primary duties was to scour the city-states for promising candidates, which is how Thancred found Rugo. Ah, the memories. It seems like only yesterday that you slew your first primal. Speaking of which, I had the distinct impression it was not the first time that band of merry men and women had killed a god. I labor to believe that a band of preternaturally gifted adventurers have been traveling the land, slaying primals without our knowledge. It would imply gross negligence on our part. Speculation will avail us not. There is far too much we do not know. For the present, we must needs concentrate on what we do know, namely that Lord Ravana is no more. Vidofnir must be informed. The news may render her more receptive to Ser Emeric's invitation. So the Warriors of Darkness slew the primal off screen. Shame, that was my favorite one too. I wanted to see him again. Since you seem to have affairs you're well in hand, I shall take my leave. Simply being in the vicinity of this colony is giving me a stinking headache. You have need of me? I shall be with Master Matoya. I would beg her assistance with the search for Minfilia. Minfilia is missing? I thought she escaped with Frugo. I shall explain on the road. Much has happened in your absence. A lot's happened, Thancred. There's like aliens and evil popes and dragons and aside from Alphino, every time you join there's a completely different cast. Alphino's the main character, basically, it seems like. Your avatar cannot talk, so Alphino basically takes him along for the ride. You've learned a character's name too, that's so funny. Why am I doing that? It's right there. A lot of these characters were here before and they're returning after disappearing for a long time. Even spelled it right. Vidofnir, I had not thought to see thee again so soon, mortal. If thou seekest the night, know that she hath long since departed for Ishgard. My thanks, Vidofnir, but it was not for her that we came. We bring good tidings for you and yours, Lord Ravana, who had been summoned by the Naf, has again been laid low. Truly, once more you mortals have succeeded where mine own kind did fail. You have our deepest thanks. We would take that credit, could we? The god fell by another's hand. Another? Revelation upon revelation. Regardless, it is cause for celebration. The Knot will have no choice but to withdraw. But of another matter, I have tidings for thee as well. Regarding the Ishgardian's invitation. As promised, I have brought the matter to my sire. Hearken to hear his answer now. For 1,000 years have I mourned my beloved, who gave her life to forge a peace thy king betrayed. Such was my lot, until a child of Ishgard came unto me. For want of warmth, she wrapped herself in a dream. Yet the world will remember her deeds. For truth she fought, for justice she sinned. For redemption she sacrificed and became as light. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's convictions, be it for weal or be it for woe. Such is the folly and the glory of man and of dragon. He hath entrusted the choice to us, and we have made it. We will keep faith with you who walk in the light. I like how Vidofnir's head is heart-shaped and was, like, connected to Iceheart. Then you accept Sir Emeric's invitation. Let it be known that I, Vidofnir, shall journey unto Ishgard on behalf of my people. We are honored to receive your answer and will convey your words to the allies without delay. No delay, right, guys? It is happening, Asile. With it, you are here to see it. The great package is out for delivery. Oh my god, it's here. That's so exciting.
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another.
Oh no, don't kill that guy. I like that guy.
Honorable men, to whom Sir Emeric was no hero, but a scheming patricide.
That's not gonna kill him, but still, that's unfortunate.
Honorable men who would fain wash the paving stones of Foundation with the tyrant's blood.
There's no way that kills him.
Honorable men whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
I'm gonna be pissed if that kills him. There's no way. Speak with Alphino at the Foundation. Him dying to that is like Al Capone getting caught for tax evasion. Yeah. What ended up killing Henry Kissinger? Like, is it just nondescript old age past a certain point? Let us keep Sir Emeric waiting. Are you quite well, Thancred? Yeah, forgive me. You have given me rather a lot to digest. This, whole affair with the Ishgardians and the Dravinians and our, friends nowhere to be found. It would seem there is no end to our troubles. Demon Pact timed out. Yeah, wasn't he wearing, like, chainmail or something? We can but face them head-on one at a time from now. We must apply ourselves to our allotted tasks and leave the others to theirs. Remember, Thancred, we found you as they found me. In time we will find Ida and Papalamo and Minfilia as well. These troubles will soon be but a memory, one which we will look back on together. Pray do not misunderstand. I do not mean to imply that it would be otherwise. I merely wish that I had rejoined our grand adventure at one of its most I merely wish I had rejoined our grand adventure at one of its more triumphal moments. Despite your recent accomplishments, the mood here is less than celebratory. I have no doubt we will enjoy many more glorious victories soon enough, and may you be rest assured I will play my part in them to the very hilt. Yeah, it was like a butter knife. I know you will. Let's get to the congregation. Like, I don't think that was like a planned assassination. I think that was just an asshole on the road, like, doing something impulsive. Oh, I hate that guy. I'm gonna stab him. Like, if it was an assassination attempt, it would have gone a lot differently. Oh, Lucia. You've returned. In this, at least the fates are kind. Greetings, First Commander. It pleases me to inform you that Vidofner has accepted Sir Emeric's invitation. She has? These are glad tidings indeed. Would it that the Lord Commander were here to hear them? Is he, otherwise engaged? Aye, sleeping off a knife to the gut. Okay, yeah, he's fine. What happened? Will he live? The healers tell me he will make a full recovery, but Lord Edmund and Lord Artorial had not been on hand when the assassin struck. He would not have been so fortunate. For a mercy, they subdued the fiend before he could land the telling blow. The attack was just the beginning, though. Not long after, buildings all around the city, including several of our own, burst into flames. Oh, it was coordinated? Damn. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been doused in the flames, but for every one we put out, it seems like 2 more start up. Casualties are mounting, especially in the Broom. Playing these fires were started by the assassin's conspirators. Until they've been rounded up, there will be no end to this. Will you help us find them? Then let us be about it. Your mission? Quell the dissenters. The flames are spreading. We must needs begin our investigation immediately. Witnesses be found. Suspects must be identified. I've been able to determine the precise locations where the flames were set. Perhaps there is a pattern. I feel like it's really hard to set fire to a city that's mostly made of stone. Like, yeah, there's some support pillars and, like, staircases, but isn't everything made of stone here? Fires have been reported throughout the city in both the pillars and the foundation. Indeed, given the size of the area affected, I think it best to divide our forces. Master Alphino and Mistress Y'shtola, I would have you take charge of the investigation and foundation. As you wish, maybe Tataru can be of assistance as well. Meaning, Ryugo and me get the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogue strike a pose over there be joining us? Will the grizzled old rogue, Thancred of the Scions? And may I say what a pleasure it is to meet you too, my lady. I'll bet the name's Hilda. Scion, eh? I was thinking I'd found a fellow ruffian amongst all these illustrious personages. I will remain here to coordinate the fire-quenching effort. If you learn aught of value, pray inform me immediately. That is all. While we could begin by sifting through charred rubble and questioning random passerbys, in my experience, every town has at least one individual who can be counted on to know things he or she should not. Oh, aye. The infamous Lord Emma de Fortam, lover of woman and wine, though neither care for him that much. They say he could gossip for Ishgard. Like the whole town, I guess. Just the sort of fellow I had in mind. Capital suggestion, Rugo. He'll be at the Crozier, most making an effort to be seen. Let's go and see him. Grizzled I will accept, but old? You look old, Thancred. Quest accepted. The twin death of Thancred. I'm gonna BRB here. I'm actually gonna, exit the game. Because I'm in a, what's it called? Not a shelter. Oh, that's my desktop. Oh, I thought it was gonna go back to the main menu. 1 second. Log back in. I'm gonna go back to the main menu, and I'm going to come back and play the, trailers. Let me just relaunch the game real quick. Okay. Alright, BRB.